What's going on, everybody? I'm out on my 24 KTM 300XC, chasing my buddy Kevin here for a minute. I think he's on a 350. Funny as it is, I never even asked him. We loaded his bike up and we were just talking about everything, life and families and whatnot on our way up here. Didn't even ask him what bike he was riding. But it's been a hot minute since I've ridden. It has been a hot minute since I've ridden this particular bike. All the recent rides I've gone on, I've been on my 300XCW. And I got so much more traction out of the 300XCW by increasing sag and then speeding up my rebound. So just a second ago, I decided to speed up the rebound on this one. And we'll see if that helps my rear end traction like it did on the PDS. But yeah, just beautiful day out on the bikes. It's amazing how much differently these XCW and XC motors are mapped now in 2024. They used to be so much closer together or the same, and now they're not, you know. So now the OXC is a fire-breathing dragon as far as this mapping compared to the XCW. It's gonna get dusty here. Have to drop back a little bit. Oh boy. Let's go to the right.
This is story time. This is not related to what's happening right here. I'm following Kevin, down this trail, but I had to tell you guys this. For those of you that have been on my channel for a hot minute, you've probably heard me say through the years that, like speaking about my boys, I've said there's going to be a minute when my boys pass me and there's nothing I'll be able to do about it. So my son, Connor, he's riding a KTM 125XC, and he did this mini motocross series over the spring and summer. And then he's been riding a bunch of moto. And I've hardly ridden any moto. I have like 2 hours total on a track. And I hadn't ridden any moto for like 15 months. Well, I rode some moto over in Italy when I went to the gas thing, but all I was just terrified because Justin Barcia was like whipping in front of me. So I wasn't really riding. Anyway, so we go to this moto track on Saturday. My son wanted me to take him, and it was the first time I'd been on the track with him when he was on a big bike, and he'd been riding all this time and everything. He freaking worked me. Like, there was nothing I could do. So I don't think, well, I'm almost positive he can't beat me up here in the mountains or the desert, because that's like the genre of riding that I've done the most of, and I've done very little moto, and he's been doing a lot of moto. And he freaking was jumping bigger than me, cornering bigger than me, like going through the rollers better than me. I was like, this is bad A. And it happened. So it was that moment when one of my sons, and he passed me multiple times. He would get behind me and, or whatever, and he would pass me in a corner, and there was nothing I could do about it. And it was like super validating as a father, humbling in a way, but also validating, because I knew it was going to happen eventually, and it has. And so it's super, it's come full circle. He's been riding now for at least 10 years. He might have started when he was 4, but he started at least when he was 5, so he's 15. So he's got 10 years, and it's just, yeah, he's done a bunch of moto. I feel like if I rode moto as much as he did throughout the last year or whatever, he probably wouldn't be faster than me. But he is, because he has. And that's really super cool. And I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Dirt bikes have meant so much to me over the last 10, 12 years, and I've poured so much time and energy into my sons over the years, going places with them, riding with them, doing different things, all the different bikes. And as you fathers know, it's a grind. Like, you're going out there because you love the kids and you want to give them the experience, but there's all these bumps and bruises and times that they get hurt and there's tears and everything. And sometimes you're just like, is this all worth it? And on Saturday, I mean, I don't want to get too emotional, but I was there at the track and I was emotional. Like, there was one point when I was really just watching him ride and starting and just kind of thinking about it. And I'm there on my bike. I'm still sitting on my bike on the side of the track, and I've got my helmet on, and I just had tears like rolling down my cheeks, because I'm just like, I mean, it happened. He's better than me at least one of the disciplines in dirt bikes. And that was always, it was always going to be the case when they start out like that. When they start out young and they have the opportunity to ride. And yeah, I was really thankful for that. So it was one of those days, like a proud moment and a humbling moment all in one. And but I did tell him, I'm like, I don't think you can beat me in the mountains or the desert. And he's like, yeah, probably not. Because we went riding like a couple weeks before that, and I did this hill climb he wouldn't do. I did it on my bike and I did it on his bike. And he wouldn't do it. It was kind of like a nasty little hill climb in this gravel pit area. But then he did this nasty gap jump that I wouldn't do, because I'm like, holy crap, I don't know. I just haven't done enough jumps to be comfortable doing a nasty jump out there in the middle of the weeds and crap and rocks. But he's been riding with his buddies so much, and they're out there, you know, doing it. And when you're 15, 16, 17, you'll throw a lot more caution to the wind than you will when you're a 42-year-old man. I'm like, if I come up short on this, I break my collarbone, slash my arm, slash my leg, and I can't afford to do that right now. But he wouldn't do the hill climb that I did. So I felt like pretty justified in that. I felt like it was like an even exchange on that day. But yeah, at the motocross track, it wasn't an even exchange. He totally worked me. It was obvious. It wasn't just like he was a little bit faster. He was much faster. And so that was pretty cool. But I did hit some bigger jumps than I'd ever done before. I was clearing like a big step up that I hadn't ever done. And so that was pretty cool. So I am making improvements and I can get better, and riding moto is great. Like, it has helped me to become, like, the little teeny bit of riding that I'm doing, I can tell it does help me be a better rider, even for this like mountain single track and stuff. But it was super fun here to ride with Kevin this day. This is like a month ago, and I just haven't gotten, putting it out. But you guys need to get entered into Sweepstakes. It ends September 30th. Go to my website, dirtbikechannel.com. Get your entries for that. We're doing 20 times entries here until the end of the month. So leave a single track, guys.
I'm surprised there's not that much dust.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty, I mean, it's dry, but not a lot of people have been riding it.
That's a really good trail for testing suspension.
Well, and
Getting down that initial with all the roots.
Yeah.
That's literally what 90% of old people complain about.
Yeah, well, I mean, and this is the type of stuff that I'm riding all the time, so I'm just like, and you can't get speed. So this is why I'm constantly saying, can we get it softer, softer, softer? Because it's like, on a trail like this, you're lucky if you get to third gear. Most of the time, you're like, on this trail, you're in first, then second. Occasionally you get to third, and when the suspension is set up to go in the desert, like, you're just getting kicked out of you up here on this type of stuff.